Right, FAQ time. Right, as you can see, all my rods that I use are lined up against the back of the bivvy because I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of people saying to me, what rods do I use for certain fishing? What do I do for this? What do I do for that? What would you use for this? So I'm just going to give you a quick run through on my selection of rods, which these are all my rods, what are here. I always take them, every time I go fishing, I take the lot. Whatever situation I might find myself in, or I might change a plan halfway down the road, think, oh, I'm not going to go to such a place, I'm going to go to such a place, where it means I've got to fish at range, or I've got to fish shorter, or I'm fishing for a different species. So, as you can see, I've got 6 fishing rods and 1 spod rod, which is a Free Spirit E-Class. So I'll start with that one first. So this one here is about, I don't know, about 9 year. So this one here is my Spon rod. To be honest, I actually love this rod. I've had it for such a long time. It's so you know, it means a lot to me. I've used it in all sorts of situations. There's not a distance I can't get with this rod because it's a 5.5 pound test curve. It's a 12 foot 2-piece. It's a beast. It is an animal. I mean, this thing, this Spon, it can be jammed to the rafters with bait, and no matter where you're casting it, it gets it there. That's how, so much faith in this rod. It's not going to break. It's never let me down. I can't say a bad thing about this. So this is the E-Class Spon rod. And I also use it for my marker floating because of the stiff tip. It tells me what the bottom's like. Obviously it's a 50mm ringing. It's a good rod, good all-round Spon rod. You know, you can fish it spomming at 10 yard, 20 yard, 30 yard, 60 yard, 110 yard, 120 yard. It's not a problem, it does it. Piece of cake. So, the next one I will start with is my float rod. Now, people are always asking me, you know, I do float fishing, what do I use for trotting? What do I use on lakes for tench? There's only one rod for that. This is another rod. I bought it at pretty much the same time as I bought my spod rod. This is the Free Spirit High S. This is a power float. This is 13 foot 2-piece. This is a custom, all my rods are custom built. Now, I kid you not, I've had carp up to £15 on this, out of Wyreside on the Foxes Lake and Sunny too. I've got to admit, it's a great piece of kit. It's good for casting. The playing on it is just, it's just a brilliant rod all round. I mean, it's good for trotting on the rivers. It's good for the lift method, for the tension, the margins. I mean, there's not a, if you caught a massive carp, say over £20, £25, you probably might, you won't struggle, you'll get it in, it won't break on you, but it will give you a good run around. Now, as I say, I've had this about 8 years. It's getting ready for a rebuild because the core's getting a bit funny. The duplon, or as I said, the markings, the whippings are getting a bit knackered. Some of the eyes are getting a bit bent, and you've got to keep bending them back, so they're going to break. So that's going to get a revamp very shortly. So the next rod is the newest one in the range, which I only got the other day. It's from Johnson and Ross, where I get all my stuff from. And that's this feeder rod. This is a 12 foot. It's a CTX power feeder. Now, I've been casting this 16 wraps and it's a piece of cake. Absolutely easy. It's effortless. See, I've not really caught out on it yet, but hopefully this blog you've seen before this, you might have seen me catch a few fish on it. So it's got big eyes. So I pretty much bought this for my river fishing, from a bit of roach fishing on the river, or even bream fishing on the river. It's just a pleasure rod, just something different to do, just for something to. It's like this fishing trip, this 48-hour trip, is all about feeder rod, float fishing for the perch, the bream, and it's just to get out of the house and just have a bit of a go. You know, it's just a pleasure rod, pretty much, is this one. So the main 4 rods I use in my range, if I'm fishing, say, for bream between medium and long range, if it means using a 3-ounce lead or a big feeder. And I also use them if the river's flooded, if the river's up and I need to hold bottom with a big lead. The rod I go to is my Free Spirit Big Water, which they're a 2 2/4. I did have a few of these rods, but I've sold some of them. I traded one in and I sold a couple, so I've got a set of 2. That's all I'm more of a 2-rod angler these days. Using 3 rods, it's just, I think using two rods, you're more efficient, you fish better, you fish on the spot. It's more, I don't know, I find it better with two rods. So from a medium to long range feeder fishing, big lead work, for big bream, I use these, the high S, big waters from Free Spirit, 2-piece, 12 foot. On a good day, I can get to about 130 yard, like today if it's calm, no wind, casting's not a problem. So they're easy. That's what I use for this. So it'll cast big feeders, big leads, between medium and long range for my bream fishing. And I will use them on the river as well, if I need to. So, the next rod is probably the rod that I will use 90% of the time I go fishing, where it's, if I'm on the river, if I'm here at Farlows or at Linear or anywhere. So if I'm tench, bream, chub, roach fishing, whatever, my all-round rod is this one. This is the Harrison Torex. This is a 1.75. Now, I've got to admit, this is a bloody brilliant rod. I mean, the amount of fish I've had on this since I bought them a couple of years since. I've had big roach, I've had big perch, I've had big tench, I've had big bream. They're an absolute joy to play fish on. They're good at casting. You know, you can't put out too big on them. You can't put a 3-ounce lead on these because you just won't take it. But normal 2-ounce feeders from short to medium range, not a problem. I mean, I've used them for all sorts of fishing, even on the river for the barbel. They're an absolute brilliant rod, and they're a custom built. I mean, the Harrison rods, to be honest, I think the blanks are a better blank than the Free Spirit, but only in the specimen range, not in the cart rods. I mean, I've never used a cart rod from Free Spirit or Harrison, but for my specimen fishing, brilliant. So my all-round rod is this. I can't really knock it. It's like, I've got some good roach on it. The tips are so soft, so when you've got no worries of a hook pull. So it's like when I'm fishing for the roach, I'm using a 3-inch hook link, 5-pound hook link. This ain't gonna break. The rod's so soft it cushions the blows of the fish. Same with a tench. So there's no worries at all when it comes to using a short hook link. Absolutely brilliant rod, and they all look smart. All of them look smart. They're all custom built. You know, you can have them how you want them if you go to Johnson and Ross. So all my reels as well. All my reels are all Shimano. I've got one Daiwa reel. Shimano, in my opinion, are the best reel. This is only my opinion, man. You people might say no, Daiwa or whatever. But for my fishing, the bait runner system on these, and the old bait runners, is second to none. There's no one on the market that will beat this particular reel. With any of the Shimano reels, to me, they're silky smooth, they're comfortable to use, the clutches are brilliant on them, the line lay is good on them, you know, and when you're retrieving it, they're powerful. It's just the all-round reel. So I hope that's giving you a little bit of insight into what I use my rods for and why I use them. People have been asking me for ages and ages, why do I use this, why do I use that? This is why, and that's all I need in the way of rods. It's, how can I explain it? You know, you can have too many rods, I think. You know, it's like you go and talk to one of my mates, he has 3 rods in 10 different test curves, where to me, I just use 2 rods, 2 sets of rods, what I need for medium to long range, short to medium range. That's all I need, and they catch me all the fish I need to be caught on them. I've got no worries about them. They're a good rod, they're a good blank. The Free Spirits, you can't scratch, you can't burn. They're brilliant, you know, absolutely brilliant rod. So that is pretty much it. Like I say, hope you've enjoyed this little video of me explaining why I use the rods, why I use them and where I use them. So right now I'll get the kettle on and let me rod back out and keep watching that quiver tip. So speak to you all later. Thank you.